Vincent gives Heather a book entitled Other World Laws. In this big old book, as it's described in Heather's inventory, it describes the significance and protective qualities of the Seal of Metatron. Ever since Heather vanquished Dark Alessa, the game feels like a parade of cutscenes, notes, memos, messages written on walls, and now books, in order to answer the lingering questions from the story and tie up all the loose ends. More than anything else, I think this cutscene with Vincent also infers the differences in religious doctrines within the order itself. This big old book that Vincent gives to Heather actually represents his core beliefs which are directly opposed to Claudia's in at least one key aspect. It shouldn't be any surprise at all that members of a twisted cult would be ruthless cutthroats attempting to seize control for themselves. It's what psychopaths and sociopaths do, and how they are able to rise to positions of power in the first place. While the rest of us, of course, remain burdened with the full range of human emotions and the capacity for empathy, people like Claudia and Vincent are unencumbered by such such burdens. So here we have two other sects within the order struggling for dominance. The old world order versus the new world order, as it were. The main contention between the two is that Claudia believes God should be born into the manifest realm of physicality, whereas Leonard and Vincent seem to assert that God has no place being born into the manifest realm of humanity. In other words, we have a struggle between the metaphysical and physical, or paternal versus maternal. Heather finds yet another diary, this time from Harry Mason. It's found in a room which appears similar to his own, on a dingy mattress that's soiled with bloodstains. In case there were any doubt, this diary provides confirmation that Heather is indeed the reincarnation of Alessa. Or in other words, Heather is the earthly form of a dark ritual that her father witnessed nearly 2 decades ago, and she is now part of a dark ritual yet again. But also, Heather remarks that she does remember her sweet and gentle adopted mother. This part of the game is quite a point-and-click sort of feeling to it, as Team Silent work diligently to provide some semblance of answers to the player. Next, Heather finds the hidden hospital room after following the footprints of Alessa's ghost. In this hospital room, Heather finds the tarot card of the Fool from the pages of this book in a section about Aglaophotis. Aglaophotis being the substance used by Harry Mason to cure Sybil Bennett's parasitic possession, as well as Dr. Kaufman using it against the incubator if Harry completes the Michael Kaufman side quest in the first game. Heather has this protective yet mysterious substance in a vial around her neck given to her by her adopted father. There doesn't seem to be any true to life occult references to this substance anywhere, by the way, although the book here mentions a connection to Kabbalah for some reason. I really don't have any solid theories at all on the origins of Aglaophotis, other than to say that the only full phrase it spells out is "go away hospital." So take that for what it's worth. This isn't anything for me to conclude the origins of the word Aglaophotis, of course. This word also partially spells the terms apologist, and also the word isophotal, which is used in astronomy and geometry, referring to a curve joining points of equal light intensity from a given source. What we do know of this substance description in Silent Hill is that it is some sort of crystalline substance resembling that of blood that offers protection against evil spirits. Aglaophotis is mentioned in the Simon Necronomicon, which is a grimoire published in the late 1970s. A book which is widely regarded as a hoax in occult circles, by the way. However, despite the book's dubious reputation, it seems that Aglaophotis may possibly have a link to a real-world herbal medicine. It is said that the Greek doctor of the Roman army, Dioscorides, from the 1st century AD, famous for his 5-volume encyclopedia on herbal medicine, identified Aglaophotis as being part of the Paeonia genus, which are comprised of dozens of varieties of herbaceous perennials and shrubs found throughout Asia, Europe, and North America. However, I was not able to find a direct reference to Aglaophotis in the 17th century translations which have survived from this Greek doctor's work. Interestingly enough, according to modern sources such as the National Library of Medicine, the genus Paeonia is reported to be an herbal remedy for many different blood disorders. So it seems the use of Aglaophotis may have been apropos for the first Silent Hill game. Now, Heather must continue to explore the other world, finding several other notes and collecting the remainder of the 5 tarot cards along the way. Finally, she enters the childhood room of Alessa. At the far end of the room is a door to the dark chapel, which is where the final scenes of the story are played out. Some have compared the pattern on the door from the tarot cards to the Kabbalistic tree of life. While it is possible to find certain correlations between tarot and Kabbalah, I wouldn't consider something which began as a card game, tarot, in the Middle Ages and only later was given deeper esoteric significance, could share a direct one-to-one relationship with arguably the single most important wisdom tradition on the planet, much less Kabbalah having any significant relationship to the final puzzle in Silent Hill 3. In contrast, I would say the first Silent Hill game follows quite closely the 7 steps of alchemy, whereas Silent Hill 3 is a rather sloppy and cavalier in its usage of the timeless wisdom traditions. All too often, occult concepts are misused in popular culture simply because they are provocative and are a free source of material found in the public domain.